Here's how we took our pantry from this to this in just 1 week. So our house is about 1,800 square feet, and this actually used to be the laundry room that's right off the kitchen. We actually moved the laundry room into what used to be this wet bar. I don't know, our house is a weird 80s house. Anyways, we moved the laundry room into the wet bar, and that works great. But I knew I wanted to use this space that was in the kitchen as the laundry room for a new pantry. The original pantry was a teeny closet that's off to the right, but I think that's going to become a cleaning closet. I took off the old bifold doors, and I'm actually not putting new doors up. Yep, it's just going to be an open archway. The opening was 60 inches, but I'm actually making it smaller to about 48 inches, so I'm gonna have room on this right side to add a shallow cabinet. Everything needed to come down, including this wire shelf, the baseboards, everything had to be cleared out so we could start from scratch. I got 2 ready to assemble cabinets from Home Depot, one with drawers and then one that was actually an upper cabinet, and that's only 12 inches deep, and it's gonna go on that right-hand side. The one with drawers is gonna go on the left. I'm actually gonna make room to put a beverage fridge in here too. Because the upper cabinet wasn't actually tall enough, I built a toe kick out of just 2x4s to bring it up a little bit taller, so it's gonna be the same height as the cabinet with the drawers. All right, you see how I've got that old gas pipe from when this was a dryer sticking out? I'm going to dab a tiny bit of toothpaste on it. And then I'm gonna cut a hole in the back of this cabinet, which is fine because these drawers don't actually go all the way to the back. So that'll be okay. And then just kind of push this to where it's gonna go. There. Beautiful. You would also have to do this for any pipes on a kitchen sink cabinet. Let's see if this fits. Beautiful. Before I actually install these, let's add some drywall to this little tiny wall that we made. And I'm also going to be arching this doorway. I actually have an arch on the other side of the kitchen that goes into the dining room. And I thought an arch here to the pantry was going to be the perfect complement to that. You of course can make your own arches, but I actually got these pre-made on the Home Depot website. I think they were $36 for the pair, and they're really easy to work with. So this wall, hold on, let me zoom out. Okay, there we go. This wall is going to be, I'm going to do vertical shiplap because this wall and this wall above the countertop is going to be penny tile. Oh, it's gonna be so pretty. So this wall, I'm just gonna do this vertical shiplap and look at their 8-foot boards. I don't even have to cut them. Even easier. I'm using the primed shiplap from Home Depot. These are, I think, the 8-inch wide ones. You don't use construction adhesive when you install shiplap in case you ever change your mind. Just install with a brad nailer, but alternate your nail angles. So alternate going to the right, going to the left. It'll give you plenty of hold. Okay, I'm sorry. It took me 15 minutes to do a whole shiplap wall. I mean, I did look out because this light was, like the light switch was in the perfect spot. So I could just jigsaw one. I didn't have to like do it in the middle of one or like some of each, but still, I'm sorry. 15 minutes, that is crazy. I'm gonna do some, I may just caulk the top, and then this right here, since walls, you can see that, walls are never straight. I'm just gonna do some cove molding in there. No one will actually ever see it unless you're like inside of the pantry looking out, but I'm gonna do cove molding just for me. So, man, it's coming along. Okay, before I install this, double check. Oh, that is perfect, actually. To add drywall to the arches, you put 1/2-inch drywall on each side, and then you do 1/4-inch drywall up around through it. I actually had to go back to Home Depot because I was out of corner bead molding. You want to get the flexible kind to do at all of the edges. Install the corner bead with corner bead adhesive and staples to all of the edges, and then you're going to just putty over all of it. Drywall mud is definitely not my favorite thing to do, but you get better every single time you do it. And you know what? Just keep adding layers. Eventually it gets smooth. This is Bear's Even Better Beige, which I have an accent wall of in the dining room, actually above the new IKEA built-ins. And I actually really like this color. I did it on the shiplap, and I did it on all of the cabinetry as well, so it all kind of just blended together. I went with birch butcher block for the countertops. I haven't actually sealed these yet, but I need to. You could use butcher block oil, but I think I'm gonna actually seal them with a couple layers of polyacrylic because my kids are crazy. Okay, ignore the half-finished paint job. But look how good the butcher block looks. Oh My goodness. I can see the vision. Do you remember how to tile?
Yeah.
Yeah?
This way.
Yeah. So remember, we push it on this one and kind of drag it out. Right there.
Oh. Yeah.
And make sure it's all pushed on there good. Now use your whole flat hand. Whole flat hand. There you go. Do you remember how to tile?
Yes.
What do we do first?
So we have to put on that glue. This is fun. Hey, Mama.
Hold on. Are you on top of any? No. Oh, yeah.
This glue's like popping up.
It's
actually kind of cool.
I love when I have the patience to let the kids help because they really do enjoy it, but they don't last very long. So eventually they're going to get bored. They're going to move on to something and then they're going to let me finish it and make sure it's actually the quality that I want it to be. You have to be careful with mosaic tiles like penny tiles because if you are not careful with your spacing, you will be able to see the sheets of tiles, not just a whole uniform wall. So as you are tiling, take a step back every so often and squint your eyes to get them kind of blurry. You will be able to clearly see if there's any lines on your mosaic, and then you can kind of just squish the tiles to be exactly where you need them to be so you don't see the lines between the sheets. And feel free to remove the tiles from the backing if that's easier to work with. I like to lay the big sheets, whole big sheets as much as I can, and then go back in with partial sheets. All right, the best thing about this penny tile is you don't have to use a wet saw. You can kind of just pick off pieces you need and then put ones, and then you can use a tile nippers to cut these in half. Let me show you how. These are just nippers, and you kind of just pull and squeeze. And definitely wear safety glasses. You don't want any shards of tile. I'm not cutting these exactly in half because I just need a little bit over here and then a bigger, more than half on the other sides. Oh, that one kind of shattered. Actually, that'll still be okay. But nippers are nice and easy. Just gotta have a little bit of strength. There we go. Okay, pretty fast. For grout, I went with this pre-mixed kind in the whitest white I could find. I don't advise using a white grout in like your shower, but here in a pantry, it's totally fine. It's not gonna get ruined by hard water like the white grout in my shower. Push the grout into all the gaps between the tiles and then scrape off as much as you can at a 45-degree angle. And then let it dry a little bit before you clean it off. Oh man, look at all my helpers scrubbing the tiles. Y'all are doing a great job.
You were gonna say all your kids, but then Dad started helping.
Uh-huh. It's looking good though.
Yes.
It's time to hang the floating shelves, which means we have to drill through the tile, which I promise is not as scary as it sounds if you have the right bit. This is a tile drill bit. And before I put up the tile, I made a note of where the studs are. So, oh, there we go. So we can actually mount them into studs. These brackets are from Amazon, and then I'm just using 1x12 pine from Home Depot for the shelves. I used Power Pro construction screws to attach them to the wall, and I used smaller Power Pro screws to attach the shelf to the bracket. I added some decor that was both beautiful and functional to store the stuff that wasn't quite as pretty, and then I added these gold handle pulls to the cabinets. And here she is, all finished. We've had this pantry done for about a month and we have loved how functional it is. We don't miss the bifold doors at all. This pantry is perfect for our family. If you love this makeover, then why don't you subscribe for more? There's always a project going on around here.